begun. There we go. Volume
man.
is up.
Come on. Sinuses, clear up.
Stuffy nose Brian.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. It begins.
So Tony Soprano for this episode.
I was going to say, you're going to rub somebody out, I think.
That's right.
That sounds wrong. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Hello, my name is Matthew Bayeur. I'm a man and I ride a bicycle.
I have a Guinness World Records title for most toothpicks in a beard.
The morning stream into daring rescue action.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It is the morning stream for Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. We missed a really cool opportunity yesterday. I forgot to tell you about
We
this.
did. We skipped 420, basically.
Yeah, we did. But also, look. So let's see if I can find this. Somebody sent me this.
Okay.
So I have the name. Shoot. I can't find it. All right. Well,
What are you looking for?
somebody sent me a message on Twitter. It was a private message, and now I've lost it. Basically, they said, let's see, is it on here? TMS story? No, that's not it. Basically, the gist of it is that yesterday would have been the day where all the 2021s collided with like times of day, international clock, right at the turn of midnight to be the 21st, like all 21s across the board. And I can't find it now, so I couldn't tell you the details. I don't know where the hell I put it.
But it was okay. But it was 420.
It was
like
420.
Today would be 21,
It was 420, but I think it had to do with the midnight clock turnover. I think that's what it had to do with. So still,
Okay.
so it would have been today, I guess.
All right.
Let me see if I have it here. Hold on, you.
Well, I
guys.
mean, at 12/21, 2012. No, that doesn't work. 2/21. No. Yeah. No. I don't know.
I can't find it. It was great. So whoever that was,
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
It was a rad thing to
Whoever
say.
they were high when they wrote that because there is no. The planets did not align.
Yeah, there was some kind of thing. I can't find it. All right, if it comes up later, I'll bring it up. Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody. We've done it. We've come back for yet another one of these. And look,
Yes.
some of you were still confused by yesterday, and you didn't read your freaking Twitter posts and other things. But Brian had a doctor's appointment, so we had to bump the show. And instead of bumping it to a regular show, we said, hey, what if we co-streamed that Apple event yesterday just for funsies? And we made a lot of fun of people's jean outfits and all that sort of stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's up on the feed, the audio feed, but there's no video, and here's why.
Lee Wrangler. Yeah.
Zero video exists of the event that we made, that we did, because I got a DMCA takedown notice / strike on my Twitch account yesterday for doing that event. And I've emailed the lawyer who contacted Twitch because they give you some information if you want to, find out what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for Apple. It looks like it's some music used in the presentation.
There was very early on. There was a licensed song that was used.
Yeah.
I
I think that was it. They don't call it out,
can't
though.
remember what it is
the
but
problem.
Yeah.
They don't say, hey, this is the reason. They just say, you're...
Candyman. That's right. Yes, the commercial used the Candyman song. By the
my
way,
gosh.
everybody who's listening to the show and wondering why all of a sudden I sound like I sound like Tony. I'm trying to figure out what's my Tony Soprano. Hey, come, bring me some gabagool. Come.
There
There's
you
ducks
go.
in the pool. Come.
Yeah. Carm. Every
Yeah.
time. He just yells for her.
Yes,
Brian's all
exactly.
stuffed up. He's got some kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, but that might have been the trigger, but it didn't know. I did notice that when you sent over the link of the text of the takedown notice, it did say Apple event. It didn't say Candyman
Yes.
as the copyrighted deal.
Right.
But,
And the takedowner is some lawyer firm.
right.
And so I emailed them and I said, hey, I thought these were okay to co-stream. If they're not, that's fine. I just really wouldn't like to have a strike on my account. That'd be
Exactly. Yeah.
nice. We won't do that.
Please
again.
unstrike me.
I'll do it just audio next time because that was, that still turned out fine. But we just won't do video or whatever. But anyway, I haven't heard back, so I don't know what's going to go on with that. But I've never had. It's my first Twitch DMCA takedown.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, it's a bummer. What are you going to do? I'll just survive it though. I'll make it through.
You'll muddle through. You'll make it.
Yeah,
we're going to be all right on the other side.
Yeah, first world problems if there were ever any. This is one of those.
That's right.
All right, so there's that. Yeah, no, I know the audio Claire is in the song or in the audio version, but no one checks podcasts. You never get DMCA takedowns of podcasts unless you're like huge,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't know who it'd have to be. Who's the guy that eats pig anuses on TV?
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan does. He'd probably get in trouble.
He just made other people eat pig anuses.
Oh, that's
Scott.
true. He never ate a pig anus. Yeah.
He never ate them himself. He said, "I can't believe you're doing that. That's the grossest thing I've ever seen."
Yeah, I do like to think that when the camera stopped, he went back to his trailer and pigged out on pig anuses.
You gonna finish that? I'm gonna eat that back in my trailer.
It was all secretly part of his. He had a weird fetish for pig anus, and he was ready to roll. Anyway, yeah, I guess somebody was saying Leo got a takedown, or not a takedown, but a DMCA strike for something similar. And,
really, this is like, if you can't live stream the Apple event and talk about it, I mean, that's promotion for them. It seems like
it does seem stupid.
It seems like Mac Press would want to be able to do this. I know we're not Mac Press.
No, we're not.
It's also
but even
my
if you
least
are,
favorite of their early desktop publishing tools.
Mac Press.
Mac
That
Press.
sounds like a terrible desktop publishing tool.
It does, totally does. I'd never buy that.
By the way, I'll also say this. I had a few conversations with some like hardcore brand fight Android people who were like, I'm not listening to this. Like, you guys, we didn't fanboy in this. We had fun and laughed and made fun of stuff in it. So
exactly. We talked about high prices. We talked about, I mean, we still said, "Ooh, I want that."
yeah,
But it was a lot of
couple of
ripping
those.
on
Yeah.
the current Siri remote or the current Apple TV remote.
Yeah, this is all true.
Yeah.
And Greg for Walkman's probably right. Had I not saved the VOD, I didn't manually do it. It just saves automatically. But had the VOD not been up there, they probably wouldn't have scoured it and found it. So I probably should have just deleted the
probably
VOD,
not.
and it would have been
Oh,
fine.
maybe I could. You want me to step in, Scott? Because I was actually shown as part of the keynote. If you know where to look,
Yeah.
and you have to assume that there's not another show or host that begins with the same pair of letters.
I see.
But yeah, when they showed the early 2005 podcasting, or 2006, whenever it was that they added podcasting to iTunes.
06, I think.
06. That very first day, or at least for the first few months, because there were 11 podcasts out there, I was ranked as number 11 on the most popular podcast list in iTunes.
That was pretty awesome, actually. We caught that while it was happening live yesterday. So if you missed it, go look for that. There's this ancient ass iTunes screen that will that will show you where Brian was at those days.
Right,
and I think one of the shows got, I can't confirm because I haven't been able to look since, but
sure,
there's a giant grid after that where they're just like, and now there are hundreds of thousands.
Right.
And in there somewhere, somebody said, I think I saw a Frog Pants show, but if you did,
I would believe it. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't see it. So anyway. Oh, do they have it here? Oh, that's you. That's you.
No, that's me. I just posted the screenshot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I want to see the screenshot of the big grid. I mean, somebody's got to have that somewhere out there, I'm sure. But
yeah, I guess I could scrub to it.
We could scrub right to it and see it ourselves.
Scrub it. Anyway.
These are all NPR podcasts.
Yes, right. All right. Speaking of strikes.
Yes.
A man Karen struck.
Is a man Karen? Did we decide he's a Kevin?
I keep hearing Chad, Kevin,
Chad. Yeah.
But we know Chads and Kevins that are cool. We like those guys.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
Maybe we take Chad, alter it slightly to be Chode, and that's
if your name is Chode,
Yeah.
you're the male Karen. We're
That's
pretty
right.
safe in not offending a listener with that.
Well, I ran into my first public freak out man Karen the other day.
Okay.
And we didn't have a show yesterday, so I couldn't talk about it. But on Tuesday of this week, no, I'm sorry, that was yesterday. On Monday evening, we decided to try this new place, and now I can't remember the name of the thing. It's a really hard, big French word that I don't remember. It's an awful name for a restaurant, but they just opened, and they do kind of walk through the line, get your stuff, and get out of there kind of stuff, which we like right now.
Sure. Like
So
Qdoba kind of thing.
kind of like that, yeah. And their whole thing is everything's super healthy. So like they have shakes there, but they're made of like their peanut butter chocolate shake thing is made of almond butter, almond milk. What was the other thing?
Oh, did you go to a Le Steak Shake? a steak at Shake Shack?
Shake, very fancy French restaurant.
French restaurant.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but it's like I don't know the name of it, but the things they make there are all super healthy. And so I'm like, oh, that shake has no sugar in it. We're getting that. And I was worried it'd be crap. It's actually really good. So I want to give them props, but I can't find the damn info. Anyway, so we're at this place. It's not far from us. Opened up just a while ago. And as we get in line, I see a guy looking very, very focused at the help at the front of the line with no mask. He's not wearing a mask. And there's a rule to wear a mask. They're like still like, please wear a mask in the
stuck
place.
on the door, yeah.
Everyone's wearing them. They're all wearing them. We're all wearing them. But this guy's not wearing one. And he's wearing an Andy Cap hat, like a Peaky Blinders hat.
Oh yeah, okay, good.
Hipster.
Ooh, hopefully not a Peaky. Hopefully there's not a razor blade tucked in the brim. But
I hope not. Well, he didn't use it.
Courtesy of the Peaky Blinders.
That's right. He's a total ween. Just you could tell by looking at him. He's like a hipster butthole. Anyway, we get in the line. And look, if any of you out there are wearing that hat, it's fine. You weren't the problem, okay? I'm not blaming the hat.
I have one of those upstairs. I kind of like that hat,
Yeah,
but I don't wear it very often.
Right. It's a hat. Hats are hats. People can wear it. I'm wearing a hat now. This is a hat. You guys see this hat? This is a hat. So anyway, he's wearing this hat, and he's standing there, and he's looking all stern, and I'm like, what is going on? So I get a little closer so I can hear it. And he's going, what do I want? Here's what I want. I want this food completely 100% returned to my credit card. I want all my money back, and I want it now. And he's talking like that. And the lady goes,
he sounds like Walter White.
yeah, he did. I am the one who knocks, he kind of said.
Exactly.
So she says, the lady goes, well, sir, we're happy to do that. We're really sorry you're not satisfied. And he says, she's being really nice. And he says, I'm more than not satisfied. This is not the order I asked for. So basically what happened is he had called in a pickup order and they had gotten something wrong.
Yeah.
And so I understand if something's wrong, you say, oh, this is wrong. They'll just fix it. Instead, what he's doing is not only demanding his money back, but in this conversation, he's also demanding. She says, is there anything else we can do for you? He says, yeah, you're going to let me take this food and walk out of here. So I'm going to keep the food and I'm going to get my money back. And I'm going to get a receipt from you. You're going to have a receipt. It's going to prove that I got all my money back or else I'm coming back here with a, like, he's like being that.
Oh my
kind
God.
of guy.
Wait a minute.
I know.
You can't return your food and have it too.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I was completely annoyed with this.
If you're pissed off enough that you demand your money back and your refund,
right.
You can't then demand to take the food. You need to basically say, if they offer it, say, well, we're just going to throw it away. You want to take it? Then it's like, okay, but yeah, no.
Yeah,
dick.
Right? Total dick. And as he's leaving, it's all done, and he's kind of got a smirk on his face the whole time. Just wanted to punch it. He finally leaves, and I'm struggling not to just be, I wanted to say something really bad, and I didn't say anything. Later, it hit me that all I had to do was turn around, look at the guy, and go, you feel like a man now? You feel like a man now?
Yeah, really
I should have done it, and I would have if I had the brain to do it at the time, but I didn't. Carter walked up to the lady who was there and says, how much was his tip normally? Like, what would you normally see as a tip for how much was, or I think she just said how much was his meal so she could figure out the tip. And so Carter paid whatever the tip was worth because she was really pissed too. And that's all her and I could do is grouse for the rest of the evening about how shitty this guy was. I was so mad at him.
You know what? Karma will take care of him. They should have said, you know what, sir, I'm sorry, you will get to take this food. Let me go ahead and talk to the chefs in the back because let's make sure you've got some extra sauce. We're going to give you a little container of sauce that you can put on your bowls, a special sauce that we'd like for you to put on your food.
We only take it out on the specialist of occasions, and sir, you are.
That's right, exactly.
You're one of those.
Yes.
But yeah, it was just a moment of like, I don't know. Part of it was I didn't run into any of this during the pandemic. I never had to deal with anybody who was super belligerent, and I know plenty of people have. So it's not me saying it didn't exist. I knew it existed. We had video evidence of people being dicks all the time, but I didn't really see this one. And part of me's like, was he in here being anti-mask guy? Was he vaccinated?
Yeah, what was his 100%?
Maybe
what
he
was
was
the
vaccinated
validation for his 100% refund complain.
Oh, that I'd like to know too. Yeah, but I mean, was he 100% vaccinated? Was just in there?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Thinking he was better than anyone, or didn't understand that masks help other people, not yourself. That sort of thing.
Your sign says 100% guarantee best breakfast I ever had. This wasn't the best breakfast I ever had.
But I just feel so bad because he got the food and the money back.
Yeah.
And they were just trying to be, gosh dang it.
Yeah.
Dude. Ah.
Yeah. Dick.
So mad.
You know what? Like I said, karma will take care of him.
All right. Karma, get on it.
Sometimes you just have to wait for karma to do its thing, but it'll eventually do it.
Yeah. Karma, chameleon. It comes in waves.
That's right. You just have to wait for red, gold, and green to take its natural course of action.
You're not wrong. All right. So that's what happened there, and he's a turd. All right. Moving on. Everybody in this house is double vaccinated as of today. So
good.
Carter's on her way now. Right
cool.
now? Yep, leaving now.
She get the Pfizer or the?
They
is
got
she a member
everybody.
Of the mod squad.
Everybody got Pfizer in our family and connected family. Taylor had a rough Pfizer second shot. That did not go well for her. So don't know what that's about. But
well, hopefully tomorrow she'll be feeling fine.
Yeah, she's fine. I think she's fine today.
Okay, good.
But even finer tomorrow, it'll be fine.
Good, excellent.
I'm sorry, fine. And then that way we just all feel a little better about things, just a little better, a little brighter, a little whatever. And good luck to everyone out there.
When I went to the doctor yesterday, so that was why we pushed the show. We briefly mentioned it, but I went to the doctor just for a sleep thing, just have to get some stuff, squared away to help me. I don't know, not wake up at 4:15 in the morning. And listen, I know part of the problem is me. I know that part of the problem is I wake up 4 o'clock, I pee, get back into bed. I give it too short a time to try and fall back asleep. And then I pull up the iPad, pop in the AirPods, and start binging some show that I'm going to talk about on Recommendals today.
Right.
I know that if I, didn't do the iPad and bathe my eyes in that glorious blue light, then I'd probably fall asleep a lot faster. So I know I'm part of the problem, but
what did the doctor? Did the doctor address that? Did he say anything about that?
He did. He says, so we can put you on Ambien, or we can put you on Tramadol, or something like that, or we can put you on this, but really, I think that there is a few things I'd recommend you try doing before we get to that point. And number one was, when I wake up, don't fire up the iPad, or don't, do anything. I didn't actually tell him that I pulled out the iPad, but I think he probably suspected it. Yeah. But he said, listen, go in the other room, like make your bed, make the feeling of being in bed the thing that triggers sleep. You should only be using your bed for sleep and sex.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm pretty efficient, Doc. I do both at the same time. But so you should go into another room, sit in a chair, use get a red light, like a dark room kind of light.
Interesting.
Thing. And read a boring book, or don't read like the latest Crichton thriller, but maybe pick up, like read something that's not going to be, that you enjoy, but that's not going to be like, oh my God, I want to see what happens next kind of thing. And unfortunately, the headlamp that I have that I was hoping to use is just a little too bright.
What is that? Is that for real? What is this?
It's for real. Or like the red is also flashing red.
Oh,
that doesn't
Lord.
work.
What is this for normally?
It's a red on headlight.
That's amazing. A red on headlight.
I use this for cycling. Like when I'm on my bike, I'll occasionally put this backwards on my helmet and have the red flashing light just
it's a good idea,
so people can see.
Yeah, I like that.
But it also is for like when I'm working in the garage, in the car, like under the hood, honk, then I can put this on and see clear. I actually probably should use this for when I'm painting minis, because this gives me a lot of good light.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty bright.
So
interesting.
So anyway, I need to go. I'm going to go pick up like a little red light for reading and just do comic books, like read graphic novels or something.
Yeah, that's what I do that before bed, and I sometimes worry that that's giving me the dreams or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never dream about the comics I'm reading. Like I was reading one last night about can't remember the name of the damn thing. Severed, it's called. It's a horror comic written by Scott Snyder, known for mostly his Batman DC work, but it's an independent thing on Image Comics. It's very good. I really like it. And I just binged through like six issues of that thing last night. And then feeling a little tired, went to bed. Didn't dream. Actually, I didn't dream at all last night, weirdly. But whenever I read comics, I don't dream about the comics, but sometimes I have weird dreams that night anyway. I don't know. Who knows, dude? Our brains are weird. They're like a freaking... When you were a kid, okay? Remember when you were like 15? Come home from school, eat a bag of freaking frozen whatever. I mean, whatever. You know, eat like shit.
Deep fried, throw the microwave garbage.
Yeah. Go hit the couch, knock yourself out for an hour and a half. Just dead. And then that night, maybe do your homework, watch... I don't know, G.I. Joe. I can't think of what you'd see.
Dukes of Hazzard,
sure. And then you go to bed, and then you just don't, you just sleep like a rock.
Yeah, and you have a hard time getting up in the morning, right? Like, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to get up. Mom's going to have to yell at you to get you out of bed. Yeah, and now it's like the opposite. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll work out. But I think it's good that you went in there and asked, you know?
For sure. By the way, do want to give credit to... Navarine in the Tadpole, who did scrub to the point in the Apple event that had the big screenshot of all of the logos, all of the different podcast logos.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Sadly, I'm scanning this thing. I don't see anything.
Damn it.
Yeah.
How hard would it have been?
Right. Throw us a bone, Apple. Throw us a bone.
I mean, I think I see Glenn Beck in there. Freaking replace that with me.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. It's fine. Oh, yeah. Look at, I see.
Yeah. How many of these are, podcasts that have released an episode in the last 6 months too? We need to, that list.
There's a couple here. I can tell you they're not doing much.
They're faders.
Yeah. Jerks. Where's the fog pantery?
Exactly. Right. But this is a good thing for people who are starting up a podcast. Like, make your podcast icon this small, and if you're able to read the title, then it's a good podcast logo.
Yeah, I agree. And
or better yet, just have Audie do it.
Yeah, you can have Audie do it. But there's some bad examples in here. Some examples where they're really hard to read. Like, I can't read that.
Bill Maher's podcast, I don't think has any lettering on it. It's just a picture of Bill Maher.
Yeah. Yeah. Go take a typography class, internet.
That's right.
That's what we did. All right. Yep. Brian, we've come to the point of the show where we have to put up or shut up about giving prizes away.
Is this true?
Yeah. No. It's a chance for us to prove our worth, me and Brian Dunaway, whether we're good at things or not.
Okay. All right.
And personally, I feel like we're pretty good at things, but sometimes you'll throw us a curveball and we're not so good at things, it turns out.
Yeah.
Are we doing we're doing the linky today, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
load in that linky.
Gotta pull up that there linky.
Linky.
And we'll see if we can get this going. Dunaway, you there?
Linky.
Oh, look at who it is. Sorry, I'm a little behind on things. Here's this. Okay, we got it now. Hey, it's Brian Dunaway. You know him as the Brian Dunaway, and he's here to join us now for Babble Royale. Hello, Brian. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How are you guys doing?
Oh, you know.
Good.
We're okay.
Sir.
Hey, so a lot of people in the chat want to know how your eye's doing. How's your eye doing?
Yeah,
good?
how's your eye?
Let's see. Monday, I had flashes in my eye. Went to the eye doctor. The eye doctor said, "Get out of here." No, she said she didn't see any tears. And it was still attached. So just watch for floaters. Next day I had some floaters, but very small, just a few little flecks.
Little
and
floaters.
They kind of, they disappeared after a couple hours. So it's just settled down. But now I've got these really bad allergies, just like Ibit. I'm at home today. I feel miserable. I just rolled out of bed like 15 minutes ago.
If you could stop snorting plants, you'll do better.
Man, I feel like I'm Mark Wahlberg in The Happening. It's like, oh, run,
right? Yes,
run! It's coming to get me.
A movie I've still never seen. I feel like
You never see that happening? That's
No,
great.
we got to film.
You always
like
need to
that.
watch it in
Yeah,
spring.
Film sack, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't get into the room though, Ibit. I don't know why. It says
Really?
it's
You need a new
invalid.
copy of the URL?
I thought I
The
did.
Earl.
Earl.
I'm looking at the latest one. It says invalid room code. I don't
Oh,
know
did
what
you
that
get
means.
Did you do the right one? The pin?
Yeah,
Did you
I'm
go
gonna
to
put it
the
in our.
pin?
Put it in our little
Let's do
groupie
that.
group there, yeah, and I'll double check. I thought I had it right, but I am willing to admit that it's probably not you guys. It's probably
Try that
me.
link
Yeah,
that's in our
okay.
Discord.
We have
in
2
this group.
pins in our
Okay.
little discussion group, and I think the first one has
Oh, is that the old?
one of them has the old link, but the other one has with the login and password.
Oh, right.
Oh, I made it. Okay, we're in now. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's
Very
get this listener on the line as well. We have somebody waiting very patiently here. Hi, who's this?
This is Gualkmar from the chat.
Hey, Guacmar. How the heck are you, man?
I got my second 5G shot, so I'm looking for maybe flight or invisibility, but not language.
Very nice. Well, if you get all stretchy, then call a doctor. That's not what you want.
That's
It's
right.
good to have you here. Brian's going to explain the rules of this game and the prizes that await you on the other end if you are victorious. Brian?
So, Guacamar, it's time to play the Tadpoley feud. I've surveyed the Tadpole on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's Scott and Brian's job to predict how many of those answers they can guess, or see how many of those answers they can guess. Guacamar, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. And if your team wins, you get a prize package that includes an original sketch on TMS cardstock plus a Frog Pants print pack. How cool is that? By the way,
Yeah.
a brand new survey just landed. So if you've been wanting to play, you've been wanting to contribute your answers, go to tiny.cc/Tadpool survey, all lowercase, tiny.cc/Tadpool survey. And that's a way that you can contribute answers. But if your name is Scott Johnson or Brian Dunaway, don't go to that link because that would be cheating.
No.
Yeah.
Even though you won't see the answers, you'll see the questions. And
Right,
you
right.
don't want extra time to think about that.
No.
No. I'll
No.
just make it. It'll just make it worse for me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. You'd overthink it, and it would
Yeah.
screw things up really
It would
bad.
just make it
Yeah,
worse.
I understand.
All right. So that said, let's get to today's game. Let's see here. It's not showing you the thing, right?
Not the
All I
title. It
see
just
is
has
that
buzzer and
Pulley feud and buzzer.
Good. Okay, good. Excellent. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't see it until you buzz in and I say play.
although
All right.
Brian's name on here for me is 2020 art.
Yes.
20,203rd line.
Oh. Okay, that's on purpose then.
Yeah.
All right, that's
In
fine.
line for the throne or in line for
Yeah, what are you in line for?
Yeah. Trying to get the shot.
Oh,
no, I've already got the shot.
You got the shot. Yeah, you're good. All right.
All
No-
right.
No worries.
Oh, that's right. That was that was a thing that when I was trying to wait for the shot, that's what it
Yeah,
told me. it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
That's right. All right. Hands on buzzers. I surveyed 544 members of the Tadpole and asked them their answer to this.
Okay.
What franchise should Lego make sets for that they haven't already done?
Ooh.
Scott Johnson.
Ooh, but they already
Uh,
have it. Ooh, that's hard.
Oh, wait, they've already done that. What was I thinking?
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
Did they do that?
Oh my God, I'm having trouble thinking of things they haven't done.
World of Warcraft.
Oh,
Show
good
me
answer.
World of Warcraft.
Number
Look
2.
at
Number
that.
2 answer on the board. One answer will beat it. Brian, do you have a guess?
Oh, Jeebus, that is so good. They haven't done an Overwatch. Let's do that. Why
All
not?
right.
It's in everybody's
Okay.
mind.
Show me Overwatch.
Oh my God, really?
All right.
They're that
I think
different
they
to
already
the Tadpole's
did.
mind?
I think
All right,
they
fine.
already did.
Did they already do one?
I
They
think
may
there's an
have.
Overwatch set.
But
I'm
no
not gonna look it up.
Warcraft? That's weird.
Well, no.
Mega
see-
Bloks did
yeah,
Warcraft.
that's right. Mega Bloks had that whole thing that one year. Remember that?
Yeah.
That went
yeah.
away. But it was a hot minute.
Although I will say, and it's not in the top 10, but I will say we got several answers for Harry Potter. I'm like, oh,
Wait,
come
a
on.
million
people.
of those. Come
They've
on.
done a million Harry Potter.
Yeah, there's literally a video game, Lego game about Harry Potter. Like, it's all over the place.
God, I'm trying to think of things that haven't been done by Lego.
Yeah.
This is going to be hard.
There are quite a lot. Quite a lot.
Christ.
All right, so Scott, you are going to be playing, and Guacmar is going to be your co-pilot. So
Nice.
let you guys See what you can come
All
up
right, Guacmar, anything jump to your head immediately with this so that we can win? I can't think of anything.
So, yeah, one thing jumped into my head because it's coming out on Friday, but Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat.
I won't do the whole thing. All right. You know what? Yes, let's say MK, Mortal Kombat.
All right. Show me Mortal Kombat.
Damn it.
No, Mortal Kombat. Did that even make the spreadsheet? I'm looking, and no, Mortal Kombat did. It did. One person said Mortal Kombat of the 544 people that surveyed.
Lord.
We feel a little justified now. That's great.
You know what sucks about Legos is trying to think, because I can imagine everything as a Lego.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of things that might be in popular culture that might not make the cut of things. So I'm going to say something like,
It's not your turn. It's not true.
Oh, it's not mine. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it is. It is.
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
The
right.
way
This
we
guy
do it,
got
he
a
flips
strike.
over.
Yes.
Yeah, it's totally your turn.
Sure. Completely forgot. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please. Don't let me interrupt.
how is there no Walking Dead? But I don't think there's The Walking Dead because I think that would be too mature.
That'd be the Locking Dead.
The blocking dead.
Yeah, Blocking Dead.
All right, show me The Walking Dead.
It's been everywhere else.
No.
It has been everywhere else. Walking Dead did
Nobody,
not
huh?
even
Wow.
make the list, which is crazy
What?
because I feel like that would be great, right?
Yeah.
Like have
Yes.
Yeah.
little zombie minifigs, and you could just do a shopping mall or something.
Right. And that was the other,
Lean fully into the trope.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna go. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, what's news coming up? The movies we're about to watch, the
right.
Walking Dead movie, that new one. I was thinking, no, that's too obscure. But yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
I
Go
did a
ahead.
Blocking Dead drawing once. I'm surprised no one stole it from me. Anyway.
Oh, good.
Okay. It's back to us, Guacmar.
Back.
I'm leaning. I can't remember if they ever did a Simpsons one.
Oh,
I mean, maybe they
but
did.
remember, this doesn't have to be. Remember, this doesn't have to be a fact. They could have done a Simpson one as long as the people in the Tadpool have forgotten.
Yeah,
about
if the Tadpool doesn't remember if they did a Simpsons one, that's a totally different thing.
Guacmar, what do you think? Am I? Is that dumb?
I'm actually with you on The Simpsons.
All right.
This is hard to try and figure out who did what.
I know.
Right.
It just
Too
seems
much
like a
of it, yeah.
no-brainer. It's 30 years of that show. Somebody must have, but I'm going to, even if they have, I'm going to assume that no one in the Tadpole knew for sure, and they probably used it. So let's say it.
All right, show me The Simpsons.
Oh,
Damn
no,
it.
you kidding me?
It probably exists.
It does
That's right.
exist. They did a Simpsons house, but that didn't stop one person in the survey from saying The Simpsons.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good. I don't
Excellent.
feel so stupid.
Then that kind of leads me into a different area as well.
Sure.
I would love to see a South Park Legos,
Would
and
you?
maybe some of the people in the Tadpole would go with that because they have like little blocky characters that would, but you couldn't do it. I mean, because it's Legos.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, with Killing Kenny action.
Right.
All right, show me South Park.
Dang it.
Dadgummit!
You guys are killing me here.
Oh, these are hard.
We're gonna have a new rule today, aren't we?
Yeah.
No, the rule is you're gonna kick yourself when you see these answers. But
All right. I'm going to put Mad Max Fury Road or Mad Max in general in there because it just
This is
hit me.
becoming
that-
our wish list more.
when
than
all
really-
else fails,
that-
right?
It feels like
right.
if this is our audience and they're sick of me talking about a thing, they'll bring it up. So
Sure.
how about Mad Max?
All right, show me Mad Max.
Good answer. Good answer.
Number 5
at
on
that.
the list. Yes.
Look at that. So glad. Oh God. Thank God.
All right. All right. We keep going. Let's see.
Yes, you guys.
In
keep-
that
keep
vein.
control.
In that vein of thinking,
Sure.
Guacmar, do you think they'd put? Do you think anyone would say Waterworld on here?
Oh my God.
As much as I would love it, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Crap.
One that's coming to my mind, and I'm again almost certain that it's not on here, but Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, D&D. That's a good idea. D&D.
Oh my God. That is brilliant.
Yeah,
that
let's
is a
do-
good answer.
I
Clap
like it.
there.
Yeah,
good
well,
answer.
Yeah, good answer. Good answer.
All right,
Good
that's your
answer.
answer. All right, show me Dungeons and or Dragons.
Oh,
Number 8 on the
nice.
list. Yeah.
Wow. I would have thought that would have been
Great
number
set.
one.
Because it would be a great set, because then you could actually use the pieces
Yeah,
in your tabletop game.
that's right.
Yeah.
I can see
Oh my
that.
God.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Am I allowed to use the chat?
Sure.
Yeah.
If it's at this point, it's like, sure, whatever, sure.
I mean, they're not going to
We
know
got
any better
four
than us.
strikes.
They
on the
don't know.
board.
They don't know what,
Sure.
they might know the thing that they answered, but they don't know what
Yeah,
a majority of people answered. So
sure.
Right.
So
But
somebody's
now, just to be
saying
straight, if it was
Tadpoley.
playing Family Feud, they'd be pissed if the audience was yelling stuff. Just saying, but go
Oh,
ahead.
good
well,
point.
that's true.
Good
Yeah.
point. I didn't think about that.
Maybe I don't use the chat. Let people use the chat room until strike 3. Like
There
till
you go.
you're
Yeah,
on strike
that's
3.
right. That's right.
You guys are on strike 3.
Yes.
Mm,
Agreed. New rule.
Yeah.
I'm so out of ideas.
Actually,
Yeah.
somebody in chat just mentioned Rick and Morty.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
That's a good
That's
one.
actually
That's
pretty
what I
good.
should have said in South Park. That would have been probably more in people's minds.
All right,
Ah.
Uncle or Grandpa Rick and Morty. Let's see it.
Don't let me step on those Legos with my bare feet, Morty. Show me Rick and Morty.
Ow!
Actually, would have been like if we did a top 14. Rick and Morty would be on
Right.
there.
No,
Damn
man.
it!
Ooh, I know one.
All right,
No.
good, because this is your last chance, and
Yeah.
you guys are.
Well, the chat room has made some really good suggestions, like Overwatch. Wait, already did that one. But like, I think Zelda is a really good one.
Zelda.
I can't think the time they've ever done Zelda, and I would love to have some Zelda logo
Sure.
Lego. So
Sure, I
I'm
know
gonna
they
go
have
with
the
Zelda.
Mario one, right? So
Yeah.
might
Right, exactly. They haven't explored all of Nintendo yet.
You know.
All right, show me the Legend of Zelda.
Whoa!
Oh, thank God.
Brian
Oh,
on the
thank
board
God.
with the Legend of Zelda. Finally,
Number 6.
God.
Higher
Then
than
I
I
got
thought.
Jason Calhoun's saying Jurassic Park. They have Jurassic Park, but people might not have answered it.
right?
There was one I just had. It just fleeted from my stuffy head.
Oh no!
Go ahead. What are you saying?
Mario.
I just said, oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm gonna go with. Oh my God, brain is dead.
Yeah.
Brain is Godzilla. Only because I just watched it recently. Some Toho Lego action.
Toho Lego action Godzilla.
Oh,
Let's see. Godzilla. Did it even make the?
I'm getting
it did
terrible answers.
Did not even
Yeah,
make the top 10 list. All right. Little geez Louise. Well, good news is Guacamar wins.
Oh, that's awesome. Hold on. Let's take care of that real quick.
Winner, winner, chicken
All
dinner.
right, we'll explain the rest of this in a second, but we want to hear the rest of the answers. What did we get?
Show me number 1 answer.
Number one answer. Come on, what is it?
Star
How
Trek.
did we not- I thought we
there
said Star Trek. We didn't say Star Trek.
No, but
Nobody
I
said
thought
Star
there
Trek.
was Star
Oh
Trek.
my God.
I thought there was Star Trek Lego.
No,
I don't
if
think
there
so.
is, it might be like one of those little one-off sets, but or
Right.
not one-off.
They
but
don't
like
work with Paramount at all, do they? Apparently.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
Mega Blocks thing. Maybe that's why.
How cool would it be to like build a Star Trek Enterprise or have
Oh
the
my
bridge
God.
set or
Yeah.
Oh,
there'd be
wait.
so many
Hold
great
on.
ones there.
There are.
no, it really doesn't matter if you found one, Scott. Because
Right. That's the board. You didn't get it, so suck
Exactly.
it.
exactly.
All right. No, I
Hyper
know.
says there's a fake Lego Star Trek.
That might be what I'm.
Oh.
Because there's some
Oh,
minifigs out
you
there.
can make anything out of
Yeah.
Legos.
Yeah.
And I think there's even photos of this next one. Show me number 3. Firefly.
Oh my God! Of course,
Frick.
Fire. That's always the go-to answer for the
Really,
Tadpole.
it really is.
I'm
with the
so
Tadpole.
stupid.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Show me number 4. The Expanse.
What? Why would the,
People
what?
want a Lego Rocinante is what they want.
I would
How are
collect
these
that.
people prime for the Expanse Legos?
Why not, man? Let's do it.
I mean,
Number
I don't
7.
disagree with it, but 21 people?
That's a
Number
lot.
7, Scott, I think was one that you actually said when we had an Ask TMS. What Lego set would people like to have?
Oh.
Breaking
Ah,
Bad.
man.
I would like that.
Ah,
I would
that's a
like
good one.
That's a good
I
one.
just want a Mike Ehrmantraut minifig. Is what I want.
that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be
Those
awesome.
are big, but
show-
what?
yeah.
What big items could you build? Isn't that like part of it.
You'd have the lab. You'd make the lab that they were
So
in.
you
You'd
make the meth
Winnebago.
lab?
Yeah,
You
you'd
make
make
the
the lab.
Winnebago.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
why this will never happen. But you could have the Winnebago. You could have his stupid Aztec car.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
that would
The
be
house.
hilarious.
You get a house with a
the
little
house
pizza
with
on
the pizza
it.
on the roof.
Yeah, all that stuff. You could go nuts with almost any property with anything iconic in it. You could do it.
Yeah,
Totally.
a bunch of beige.
Now this one
bricks.
would have a very, very specific audience. Show me number 9. The
Frog
Frog
Pants
Pants
Producers
Producers.
set.
Oh, I would love that.
Brian already looks like a minifig. We just gotta.
I do,
Look,
yeah.
Doesn't
I'm
need a
telling
Herod.
you, you can make these yourself. You don't have to wait for them to sell them.
Exactly.
Make us a Frog Pants
All
producer
right,
set.
let's get it in there. Let's get it done.
That's right. And finally, number 10. This one could easily turn into a Lego set in the next few years.
Oh,
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Too
Actually,
mature, right?
Probably.
I'm down with it, but
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's the reason I think Mad Max would be a little tricky. Anything in the R-rated range, I
Yeah.
think they're hesitant to because it's all
they
for
made
kids.
I know Stranger Things isn't R-rated, but that's pretty dark and it's not
that's not a bad point.
not super kid
But
friendly, but
it's kind of kid friendly.
kinda.
Kinda.
Some other great ones that are on the list that did make the top 10: Futurama, Babylon 5, Doctor Who,
Mama.
The
Doctor Who?
Office.
Yeah, Doctor Who. Think about it.
Doctor Who would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
StarCraft, people want to see. WandaVision, Alien,
I thought about WandaVision.
Brazzers came up as an option, which is
dude. Brazzers.
Die Hard, Bob's Burgers, Fallout,
Oh, I would love Bob's Burgers.
The Muppets.
Bob's
That
Burgers is
Muppets,
good.
that's the one that fell from my head. I was like, that's Disney.
really?
They do a lot of work with Disney. I'm like, that would be perfect.
Pulp
James Bond
Fiction.
would be a good one. They have made the Aston Martin with an ejector
Yeah.
seat, or not? That wasn't the one with the ejector seat, but they did make a model, like a Lego model of the Aston Kutcher.
Aston Kutcher.
Lego
let's
Aston
see,
Kutcher.
Lost. I'd buy that one. You know, I would.
Of course you would.
Terminator,
be
Westworld, 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey. Who was that one person?
Yes, that was one. That was
Very
one
good.
person.
Better
Let's
be.
see, Bridgerton,
Riverdale. Did you already say that? I mean, come
Dexter. Yeah.
on.
Dexter. Oh, I like that. Dexter's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fox
that's a-
and Friends.
You can have a little
Fox and
surprise,
Friends.
mother effer. That guy would be in there. It'd be great.
That's right. Only comes with red bricks.
Yeah. There you go. I see. I get what you did there. I get that.
Uh-huh.
Well done. You know, Guacamole, you've won in glorious fashion, and that must feel pretty good. Here's all you have to do. Send me an email, scott@frogpants.com. I will get you your winnings, and you too can have cool stuff because you chose the right horse today. No, you didn't do anything. You just happened to win. That's what happened.
Yeah, you happen to join the right horse.
Yeah, you joined the right horse. So good job on that horse joining. How do you feel?
Thanks very much.
You got it, man. We'll talk to you soon. All right.
Is there a My Little Pony Lego set? Because
Probably.
Speaking of horses,
I don't know.
I think they're already, since they're
some
already
Lego
toys.
bronies. Yeah,
I bet they
What?
wouldn't say, yes, we're going to license.
Well, I mean, the
Lego.
Star Wars. I mean, the Star Wars toys are.
Yeah, but I mean, My
one of the
Little
biggest-
Pony started out as toys, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they have
I think it depends on who owns them.
G.I. Joe Legos.
If it was owned by the same
Oh,
parent
I would
company,
like some GI Joe. I want anything. Yeah, just make everything.
The,
Lego.
the
But like I
problem is
said-
the problem is you could do crossovers like that. You're talking about competing toy companies, and I don't know.
Yeah.
if they do
No,
that
that's
very
a good
often.
point.
Yeah.
that's a good.
Is there a Lego Monopoly? There ought to be.
Oh,
That seems like
there
a
ought
thing
to be.
everyone does.
I'd
Here.
like to make a whole board for that'd be good. Lego board game.
What'd you do?
Awesome.
Ooh, I just landed on a 6-pip brick. I'll buy it.
Yeah.
What's the rent on the 6-pip brick?
There's
That'd be fun. You have to put the
Yeah.
board together before you played Monopoly. That'd be,
There
functional.
you go.
and
That
fun.
actually would be pretty cool.
They don't have a Lego brand Monopoly, but they do have a Lego iconic chess set. Where
Oh,
it's
that's
all
cool.
like minifig looking dudes on a chess set. So that's kind
Yeah,
of
somebody did suggest the Queen's Gambit as a Lego set.
Oh geez. All
Well,
right.
there is a G.I. Joe Lego. Well, I think that's probably, again,
Homemade.
that's made by somebody, G.I. Joe Legos.
Wouldn't be
Right.
too hard, would it?
No.
Just marketed.
No.
Bunch of army dudes fighting Cobra.
Wanna make-
You know,
Yeah,
I
one
would-
person said Fargo.
Fargo would be
Fargo.
awesome, dude.
Fargo
There
would be
is so
great.
much I
Little
can do
wood
with
chipper.
Fargo. Oh, just season 2 alone. The freaking diner with all the dead people.
Oh,
in it.
yeah. Oh, jeez.
I'd like to collect all the flesh color ones I could have and make a He-Man. That'd be cool. I'd like to
there
do
you go. I like that.
a giant.
There's probably a He-Man one.
8-inch.
I feel like I've seen
He-Man.
He-Man.
Oh,
He-Man
there's
logo.
so much stuff in there for Jamie. Well done, Brian.
Hold on, there's a He-Man Lego. There it is.
Is
Oh
there
no,
a
there's
He-Man
not. I
Lego?
made that up. There's
Oh,
not.
that's too
Never mind.
Yeah.
It's something else.
There are
a
Lego
castle,
board games, like Lego
ooh.
Batman, Ninjago.
A Castle Grayskull out of Legos. That's what I want to do. Somebody surely has marked that up and will send me the Lego set I need to buy.
Oh,
Just tell you what.
build
Yeah,
that.
what bricks you need. You could figure that out.
Yeah.
that's right.
That's one thing I like about that community is they're pretty sharing. It's like, hey, I figured out how to build a thing, and here are all the bricks you need, and there's the numbers you
Exactly,
need to order and
yeah.
all that. Yeah. It's
Well,
cool
they make
stuff.
a booklet that shows one piece being added at a time for every iteration.
Yeah, which is what you want. All right. Hey, Dunaway, good job. Well done. Yesterday we did a Boop show. People should check it out. It's on the feed now. So if you got if you want the podcast version, it's there. If you want the YouTube version, it's there. Whatever you want, it's there at frogpants.com/boop, B-O-O-P. We cover indie games and games that we played, a little bit of news, some other stuff. So go check it out. Anything else you'd like to say before we boot you?
Thank you guys for cheering me up. I was feeling pretty miserable. Just got up, not feeling well today. But this is great. This was great. And also, just a reminder, this week we'll be watching a movie on FilmSack, and I'm just going to use this moment to let you guys tell me what it was because I forgot.
I kind of forgot too. Oh, it's Real Steel. Real Steel.
Oh, Real Steel! I didn't forget
That's
that.
right, Real Steel. Yes.
Of
The
course.
movie I'm
Rock'em
fond of.
Sock'em Robots, the movie,
Yeah.
before there's
Yeah.
an actual Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie.
That's right.
Starring Vin Diesel.
I can't wait to see
Can't
Vin
believe they
Diesel's
announced
head
that.
pop off. That's going to be great.
There you go. I'm actually
Can't wait.
legit excited to see this again because I really liked it in the first place. So, Real Steel this weekend on FilmSack. Brian Dunaway, go lay your weary head down.
Doing it.
Bye now.
Oh,
Poor guy. Yeah, he gets hit every year with bad allergies.
yeah.
No one likes
I
the
get it.
allergies. I'll tell you. All right, some quick news here, folks. Look at this. It's time for the news brought to you by.
Hey, Scott, I was wondering, what's the status of your Rock Runners Incorporated Kickstarter?
Well, the status is we just passed the 15-day mark, which means we are at the halfway point, basically. And if you are interested in checking out what the heck this thing is, it's a very fun, casual card game that you can play with your friends, your family, whoever. It's nice and competitive, up to 4 players at a time. And if you stack the decks, get 2 decks, you can go up to 8. It does work that way. So if you want to scale, it will. Anyway, we've done a bunch of cool stuff with it lately because a bunch of stretch goals got opened, including a cool placemat, or a play mat, I should say, where you actually have your draw deck and your play deck and your win tokens and all that stuff. This cool sci-fi sort of design thing that I made. Anyway, all the art, all the design, everything came from me, and I'm really proud of it, and I want you guys to check it out if you haven't. Again, that is easy to find over at Kickstarter. Just go to Kickstarter.com and search for Rock Runners, or you can go to frogpants.com/rockrunners, and it's all linked there. And thanks everybody for their support so far. It's been awesome. Also, shout out to Metzen. Chris Metzen launched his Kickstarter yesterday for his new 5e D&D source book and world campaign stuff. My gosh, I think they're north of 500 grand now.
Wow.
It's going real good.
Great. Good for him.
Yeah, I think they're going to do awesome with that. So another thing to check out. All right. Quick story here. Hey, you remember Family Matters? Did you watch that at all?
Never, I'm aware of it. Never saw a single episode.
The dad is famously, this is all I remember about it. There's the Urkel guy.
Yeah.
Did I do that? And all that sort of stuff. And then there's the dad who was Officer
Die Hard,
Powell in Die Hard, right?
yep.
Powell?
Yep.
Powell.
Yeah.
Powell. Eating the donuts and the Twinkies and stuff. Anyway,
Everything a growing boy needs.
Jaleel White, who played Urkel, Steve Urkel in Family Matters, the Did I Do That kid, the nerd. He launched a Purple Urkel cannabis line.
Purple Urkel. Okay.
Purple
All right.
Urkel. I don't know why it's purple.
Did I do be that?
I wondered how we'd get that in there. I wasn't sure, but you did it.
Hell, I was really ham-fisted in there. Really shoved that square peg into a round hole.
Well, it says here the cultural mainstay of the 90s is now getting into the cannabis business with his own brand. This is according to Forbes. Its Purple line, which is produced in partnership with 710 labs, comprise variations of the Purple Urkel strain. It's Purple will launch in California April 20th. It's spelled Purpl.
Okay.
Because,
so no E at the end, basically.
right.
All right.
It's a little bit of flicker going on there.
Yeah.
Just take the E out.
And it's actually purple, like
it's,
the leaf itself.
Let's see. Well,
Might-
here's what he
might
said.
be,
He
right?
told this to Forbes. He says the thing that always stood out to me that there was no clear brand leader in for fire purple weed. This must be something people know about.
I guess so. I'm unaware, but sure.
In addition to classic purple urkel strain, White says there is a strain called Stefan, which is purple urkel times the white. None of this makes sense to me. But he says, I feel like a bit like Willy Wonka, he says. The flavor came out so similar to grape candy. He said, of smoking the product via one of its 710 labs. So maybe that's the purple, is the grape taste. So this is going to go out in vape pens, proprietary resin pods, be available in eighths as in noodle doinks, hand-rolled joints, and used a fusilli noodle as the crutch.
Noodly doinks.
What is
noodle
all
doinks.
this? This is such weed talk. I'm not familiar with this.
No kidding. Android use a fusilli noodle as the crutch. So the part that you put in your mouth, I think, is the so that you can light the paper, all the paper.
I guess so. Is that
A
what that is?
fusilli noodle.
Yeah, that's weird.
A noodle doink.
I feel like I've learned something, but nothing at the same time. I feel like I've learned nothing.
Nothing that I'll retain.
All right, we move from Urkel quickly to Jeff Bezos. Now, you know he makes crap tons of money. I found a web page. I just wanted to share this with you before we take the break.
Oh God!
I wrote, "This is wild if true," because you never know with these sites if they're actually pulling real data, so I don't know. Yeah. But this is the BezosCalculator.com site, and it goes in there to tell you basically how much Jeff Bezos made since you started reading the page. So I'm already up to $25,000.
Oh my God!
4 seconds.
I
more
love
than
how this
minimum
like
wage.
has the little pop-up video floaters that rise up when you reach certain marks.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like this is the worst one. 8 seconds in is more than the highest paid Amazon employee makes in a year.
Jeez.
22 seconds, more than his own yearly salary. 27 seconds, enough to qualify for COVID-19 stimulus checks. $99,000. By the way, since I started the page, we are now $162,000 that he's made since we started talking here.
Insane. That's crazy.
48 seconds, more than what a U.S. senator makes in a year. Here we go. 50 seconds in, it's enough to buy a fully loaded Tesla Model S, $182,000. Yeah, this is great. It's like pop-up video. You're right.
Yeah.
What I love about this site, sorry, Chad, I should be sharing this with you so you can see this. There's a button up in the corner that lets you change dark mode to light mode. Like, that's just a feature. It's just kind of nice, like, it's not only like this stab at Bezos and how, ridiculous amounts of money he makes and all of that, but also it has a nice feature of night mode.
I
day
love
mode.
that. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's really good. 88 seconds, more than the yearly salary of the U.S. population. Jeez. 99% of the U.S. population, I should say. Yeah, all right. So since we've been talking, he has made $379 million. 380. Oh my gosh, it's going up. $400,000.
You're not gonna be able to keep up with it, Scott.
Yeah, I can't keep up. He just bought my house like twice.
Yeah,
right then.
yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
Insane.
it's BezosCalculator.com. If you want to feel weird, go watch it. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt and some tech headlines. Yeah. Knowing Tom, he's not just going to say, let's talk about Apple stuff. I think it'll be more. So we'll do that, and then Nicole and our recommendals and more. But before, we have to hear from Brian on his song selection of the day.
Sure. Well, let's go with a guy named Tim Ayre, A-Y-R-E. Has a brand new, ready to listen single called Miami Drive. This is going to be your road trip of the summer song right here. And it comes from, it follows up his previous single, which was called Mexican Holiday. Dude just apparently loves to travel, but he's been inspired by folks like the Beach Boys, the Beatles, Flaming Lips, Stevie Wonder, Daft Punk. You're going to hear all that in here. Really great stuff. Tim Ayre, A-Y-R-E, and his new single, Miami Drive.
To make every day more enjoyable, treat yourself often to refreshing, delicious Wrigley Spearmint Chewing Gum. Here's a taste treat you can enjoy indoors, outdoors, at work, or at play.
Where's our money?
The morning stream. I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar.
All right, we're back, everybody. That song again, Brian.
That song again was Tim Ayer, and the single, his brand new single, Miami Drive.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, Tom Merritt incoming. We're going to talk tech. One would assume. Seems like a safe bet that that's what this will be about, so stick in there.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man is indeed Tom Merritt, who joins us today, all the way from Los Angeles, California. Tom, welcome back to the show.
Hello, Brian and Scott. I'd like you to know that by my calculations, since I picked up this Discord call, I have made a cent.
Ooh, very good.
Whoa.
Very good.
Wow.
How did I want like that counter is just going tick.
Yep. Getting close to 2 cents. 2 cents.
Well, we made the man. You know, everyone wants to complain about Jeff Bezos and all the money he makes, but part of me's like,
I'm so mad at Jeff Bezos. As soon as my new Amazon package comes, I'm going to use that new computer to write him an angry letter.
That's right. I can't wait for Boys Season 3, apropos of nothing. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to take my mind off all this anger by watching the latest season of Invincible on Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever it is. But hey, Tom is here, as he always is on Wednesdays. We talk about tech headlines of the day as we move toward a Wednesday edition of the Daily Tech News Show. Obviously, we're all sort of living in the shadow of yesterday's Apple announcements, but I'm curious what you have on the top of. I was curious what you had on the top of your list
doom
today.
that was pronounced by. Yeah, I mean, I heard you say I won't talk about just the Apple announcements, and that's true. We've got some other stuff we could talk about. But did you want to? I couldn't tell.
Let me get. I know that we're all of us in podcasting are still trying to wrap our heads around what their little subscription thingy is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's an interesting thing because it represents another. It's not. It's actually something I kind of hate in podcasting. I don't like Spotify exclusives. I don't like iHeartRadio exclusives. I don't like this kind of like cordoning off of like, well, if you come to our thing and use our player, well then we'll have these shows you can't get, or in any other way, or you'll get commercial-free versions here, or whatever the thing is. Feels anti-listener a little bit, and so it bums me out slightly that they seem to be buying into that same idea. But on the other hand, maybe that's just inevitable. This is how you're going to monetize it.
You've got Netflix originals. I mean, things like that you could only see on Netflix. And
yeah, but Netflix. Imagine if Netflix had come from, a community grassroots-born technology where everybody could make their own movies and share them very easily on any
maybe
player.
a better way of looking at it is Apple News Plus.
Yeah,
where you can get the news anywhere and you can pay people directly elsewhere. But if you pay for Apple News Plus, then you get something that you can only access within the Apple universe.
Yeah, I get that. I guess what I'm saying is podcasting's roots are so rooted in like, it doesn't matter who you are, what player you use. It's an RSS feed. You subscribe to it, and it's free, and you're playing it, and you have the show. Yeah. And things like Patreon and stuff create other ways of monetizing that content. Advertising creates ways of monetizing that content. But at the end of the day, if you're using Pocket Casts or any app of any sort, you can just get it. And if it's iTunes, great, or Apple Podcasts, great. If it's Google Podcasts, great. Whatever, you can get TMS there and DTNS there and everywhere. This is just one of those things where I'm not. This isn't doom and gloom for me. I'm just saying it's another like come into our walled garden where we will put podcasts, a format that was always famous for not having a walled garden. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I know a lot of pamphleteers feel the same way about newspapers, I'm sure. Pamphlets, anybody can print one up. You just need a printing press. Why are people charging for them and keeping them locked in those little boxes? It's really not that different. It's an emotional thing, right? Like, I believed in the ideal of podcasts. This is counter to that ideal. And I get that. I definitely have that impulse as well. What I look at this as is, first of all, remind yourself, this doesn't change how podcasting works. Any free podcasts can still be distributed anywhere on the internet. It's not like Apple's saying, if you want to do a podcast on Apple Podcasts, you have to lock it away. It can only be on Apple Podcast. There's worse examples of that. Twitch requires you to be a partner to stream some amount of your content exclusively to them.
Right.
What I think is going on here is Apple's spin on a trend that is good. And the trend that is good was kind of kickstarted by Patreon. Patreon said, hey, make a podcast, put it out there for free, value for value model. If people want to support you, they could support you on Patreon. And then very early on, they provided a way for you to deliver special versions of that to people who are your patrons. And that didn't threaten the open model. It said, everybody gets the open podcast, but if you want to give somebody something special, like maybe an ad-free version or special episodes, you can do it on Patreon. And I don't think any of us were threatened by that. We didn't think that threatened the model. Apple's doing exactly that. The difference is they're not doing it the way Patreon or Acast or several other models do it. They're doing it by saying it only works in our app, which is a very Apple way to do things. And that's where the fear of a walled garden comes in. And it's where I stopped from being like, yeah, sure, let me just add this as an option for people, because suddenly it's like, well, but now it's confusing. Now I'm offering something only to iOS people, whereas if I do it through Patreon or Acast or somebody like that, I can offer it to everybody.
To Apple, to Android, exactly. It's basically for podcasters. It's all right. Now I have to take this already segmented group of my audience that wants to help support me and pay for content, and further segment them to be only iOS users, and make it an even tighter percentage.
And the other thing is, like, Patreon is has broader coverage of the kind of content you create. So in other words, yes, the TMS Patreon is all about audio content, sure, but I have other Patreons that are focused on, here's artwork because you unlock this level. Here's other stuff. Like, it's not specific to the medium, and this just feels so specific. I'm not, like I say, it's early days and I don't know. And the reason it feels important, or feels important to understand it, whether you like Apple or not, the roots of podcasting go deep when you talk about the massive change in 2006 when iTunes had podcasting added to it intrinsically. It was like suddenly a mainstream thing was paying attention to podcasting. It was no longer this garage band thing. And as a result, that I just think you have to, it's important to pay attention to whatever the heck it is and see how it's supposed to play out, and make sure that, your audiences are happy and you're happy and everybody's happy. That's what I want. Can we all be happy?
The advantage that Apple gives is it's easy. Right. If I want to do a Patreon RSS, I have to jump through some hoops. We all regularly have to help somebody out with sending them a link to something that says, here's how you do it.
Right.
Whereas with Apple, you tap a button on your phone.
Right. That's a good point. Well, we'll see how that goes. As far as everything else that we got announced yesterday, I'm obviously very interested in that new iPad and what it means for art stuff. It was nice to see Procreate get some stage time. I think they deserve that. So that from the art perspective, that was all very interesting to me. Outside of that, I don't know. The rest of the event was fine. The iMacs looked cool.
They're sexy as hell.
I'd like a 27-inch. I don't know why they're locked at 24, but maybe that'll come later. Beyond that, though, pretty good event though. It's Tim Apple walking around a big ring, doing his thing. It's all good.
It was iterative.
Breaking into his own building.
Yeah. And having him, do the what do you call it? The Mission Impossible face tear thing was pretty funny. That made me laugh in all the wrong ways. Like, it was super cheesy. And dumb.
Not laughing with him.
No, but I like that they're willing to do that sometimes. So it was a fine event. Anything else there, Tom, where you were like, oh, game changer, oh, big deal?
I mean, I think probably the undersold element of this announcement was AirTags, and the finally being able to popularize the U1 chip. replaceable battery, $29, good execution that more people will be willing to pick up and try out. We had the hosts of the Snob OS show on DTNS, along with Charlotte Henry from Mac Observer, and they all had different opinions about what they might be interested in getting from the other announcements. But everybody's like, "Oh, well, AirTags though. Like, I'll definitely pick up at least an AirTag or two."
Yeah.
So I think that's probably, because it's so simple, probably not getting as much of the hoopla, but likely to be the most successful of the announcements yesterday. Probably oversold is the Apple TV remote. I am an apostate who likes the current remote.
You would say, great. You know what? When I get my replacement, I'll send you mine.
Yeah,
and then
you can have mine
have
too.
my.
I already have one.
Crappy.
Fine. I'm going to try this new one, but I'm telling you right now, all you haters, as soon as you get the new one, are going to find something you don't like about this one. Yeah. And when I say you haters, I didn't mean you, Ibit.
No.
I know.
I'm
not really a hater because I do like being able to swipe to scrub, but I think I'm gonna like doing the click
circular.
wheel.
Yeah,
the circle
lot
scrub.
more.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. I'm all about a new remote. Freaking hate the existing one. It's awful.
Because guess what? When you get to the end of that remote and you still want to scrub, you have to move your thumb back to the left side to keep scrubbing. And I don't like lifting. I'll pay $59 to not have to lift my thumb.
It's all on the wrist.
Yeah,
it's all on the wrist.
50. Yeah, that's right. It's $59 by itself. That's a lot for a remote.
It is a lot. That's
it's more than a Chromecast or a Roku dongle.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah.
Well, on the other hand, though, the actual Apple TV 4K, UHD monster new one is only $299 with the most capacity, $199 without, and that seemed cheap. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
In Apple terms, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was shocked. I thought they were going to say like $499. I was ready for it, and I'm like, oh,
not a big advance, just a new processor and the HDR high frame rate support. That color balance trick that you can do with the iPhone is nifty.
That's cool. Yeah.
If you've got a current gen Apple TV 4K, you don't need to run out and get this one. But if you've been waiting to upgrade to a 4K version of the Apple TV, this is a good time to do it.
Yeah, my 1080p is now long in the tooth. I think it's time. And the price isn't too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. I was kind of bracing for that. Anyway, well, there you have it. A quick recommendation to anybody out there who's interested in the new iPad Pro 19-inch or 12.5 inch, 12.9 inch.
12.9.
I knew there was a 9 in there. What was I going to say? Oh, the 2 GB upgrade. Be wary of that.
2 terabyte?
Yeah. So there's a 2 terabyte version of it.
Terabyte. Okay. Yeah.
The 1 terabyte is substantially cheaper than the 2 terabyte. You pay a lot for that bump in storage, unless you are 100% that you're going to have raw photos for days and never have enough space to keep them in. Get the 1 gig. Just saving
terabyte.
you. 1 terabyte. I'm going to save you. I'm going to save you $400 plus right now by saying that. I'm telling you.
Gigawatts.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think of this? Oh,
it takes a terabyte out of your wallet.
Yay!
What do you think of all this talk? I almost forgot to mention this because I was going to bring this up today. All this talk I've been hearing about. I know you love when I start like that because you're like, wait, what talk and where? Give me a link. But
everyone's saying,
yeah, it's one of those things. Right. But I keep hearing people go, hey, know that thing with video cards and how they're impossible to get because of Bitcoin mining and all that, crypto mining. Well, get ready for the next worst horrible thing. It's all about flash drives now. It's going to be flash memory and slash SSDs are going to go completely out of stock everywhere. There's going to be a shortage. You're going to pay too much for stuff. It's going to get real bad because there's some weird new thing. Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think we're going to
wow, it's almost like somebody out there regularly listens to Daily Tech News Show and know that we've been carefully covering the ongoing chip shortage that started by hitting the automotive market and has been starting to creep out into other supply chains due to a misunderstanding of pandemic-related demand, because we'd never had a pandemic before, combined with Chinese companies starting to hoarding supply for fear of U.S. trade restrictions, as well as unexpected winter weather in Texas, drought in Taiwan, and some fires in Japan impacting the supply chain. If you've been following Daily Tech News Show, you know that very well. You could say it along with me. Therefore, if you wanted to, cause some fear, uncertainty, and doubt, you could then take that knowledge and very credibly say there's going to be a chip shortage in X industry, because it's quite possible that any industry that uses chips is going to have a chip shortage. More likely in displays right now than anything else, just because of some quirks that we covered on DTNS about how they're made, especially older things like car infotainment displays. But yeah, this chip shortage is no joke, and it could impact flash storage. It can impact anything else, and it probably has nothing to do with mining, except in so much as the general chip shortage has forced some of the Bitcoin miners to go back to buying video cards because they can't get their specialty cards, their ASICs.
Right.
But most Bitcoin miners are not after the graphics cards that you'd want in a video game machine if they can get the more specialty cards.
The thing I was reading, I just found it, is on PCMagazine.com. It's a Chia cryptocurrency. I don't know much about this, but it's the headline is expected to cause hard drive and SSD shortages. And there's this whole thing about a new cryptocurrency that doesn't rely. Let's see, it says right here, cryptocurrency is about a shortage of graphics cards. Now this one is creating another shortage. Only this time it's hard drives. I can't find it.
Okay, so what PC Mag is saying is there's this new crypto that uses storage,
right?
Not in a way that will cause a bunch of miners to want to jump on it.
Right.
That's probably a reasonable story to look at and go, oh, good to be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't take it as a prediction. Saying that any particular cryptocurrency is going to take off is a fool's errand.
Yeah.
You can be stopped clock right, and be the one, and that's great. Or more likely, it won't take off, and it won't be the cause of a flash shortage. Although there could be a flash shortage for all kinds of other reasons, right?
That's true. That's true.
I'm not going to throw PC Mag under the bus there. It's probably a reasonably well-researched story. I haven't read it yet. They have a good track record on that sort of thing, but I wouldn't overreact to it.
All right. Well, don't go hoarding your drives is what we're saying, you guys. All
because that makes the problem bigger. That's one of the things that's causing the current chip shortage is that you've got companies hoarding supply because they're worried there's going to be a chip shortage, which then causes a chip shortage.
That's right. Remember toilet paper in March 2020? Yep. That's what we're saying. Don't get all the toilet paper. let it ride for a bit. All right. Awesome. Today on the Daily Tech News Show, more stories like that, and great coverage as always. Check it out, 2:30 Mountain Time. Tom, anything else you want to mention today?
Yeah, we'll be talking about EU's proposed AI regulation on the show with Scott today, so check that out. And I've been having lovely conversations. Had a great conversation over the weekend over email with a guy who has an electric vehicle. And maybe I mentioned that last week, so maybe it was last weekend. But I've just been having lovely conversations with people over email because they respond to my newsletter that I send out, freetomnewsletter.com.
Very nice.
Go subscribe.
Yeah, go subscribe. What are you even doing right now? Listening to us?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
What
but
else
then
are you
after,
doing? You're not doing anything.
Yeah, you're not doing anything. Go do it. Tom Merritt, have a fantastic day. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye now. All right.
Right.
Crypto bastards taking all our hard drives.
Right. That's right.
All right, Nicole time.
Time for Nicole.
We transition. Oh, she's offline.
She needed time, so that's why I was thinking we were stretching. But try her again, and if not, then we'll just start. She said she needed an extra 10 minutes, and I thought, well, let's see what we can do.
Tom talking for 10. Yeah, we definitely went
Yeah.
along with him.
Yep.
Well, all right. You know what? She's added, so she can pick up as soon as she wants, and we'll just get started. How about that? Let's do that.
Yeah.
So here's, we'll do this today. Okay, welcome to what we call Recommendals. It's a Wednesday effort, and it's where we watch cool stuff on streaming services and then recommend them to each other and to you, the audience. And Nicole, when she gets here, or at some point today, will also spread that far and wide on Twitter so you can catch up with what we did. Let's get right to it. Brian, you've got two today, I see.
I have two. So let's start with number one. This is, they're both TV series, and they're both HBO Max.
Oh, very nice. Here's number one.
Someone is murdered in New York City every 18 hours. At the end of the day, one of these people will be gone.
Bad things happen to people every day. You can't stop that.
What if you could? Not the things that happen in the heat of the moment, but so many crimes are planned days, weeks in advance. What if you could stop those? I've got a list. A list of people who are about to be involved in very bad situations. Murders, kidnappings. The people that are on my list, They have no idea that anything's about to happen to them. Most of them are just ordinary people, like her. Her name is Diane Hansen, and this week she's at the top of my list.
I have no idea, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, so that's Ben Linus from Lost, Michael Emerson.
Okay.
And a TV show that a lot of people recommended to me over the years. This is an older one, came out in 2011, lasted for 5 seasons, so about 100 episodes. And it's called Person of Interest. And it's basically the premise is that Michael Emerson has this machine that he built for the government that helps identify potential terrorist threats.
Okay.
And so every day it will come up with a list of potential terrorist activity. It looks at phone records, it looks at street cameras, it looks at bank records. I mean, basically looks at everything and uses computing power, lots of flashing lights, and boop, 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 to come up with a list of potential terrorist threats.
Okay.
Are you talking about person of interest?
It's exactly what I'm talking about. And what it also generates is a list, because it can't tell the relevant versus the irrelevant, like the ones that are relevant to terrorism versus the ones that are irrelevant. There are still all these things that it comes up with that are like, oh yeah, this person is going to do something that's probably going to end up with their death, or this person is going to commit this crime. But it's not, because it's not a terrorist threat, then those just get ignored. Okay. And Michael Emerson's character, Finch, says, you know what, I'm not happy with that situation. I wish there was something I could do to help. So he enlists the ability of Jim Caviezel.
Oh, Jim Caviezel. Yeah, Jesus. He's Jesus.
He is Jesus in Last Temptation.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
or the other one, the
Mel Gibson
Unbearable Lightness of Christ.
Yeah,
it was his movie.
Get the crap kicked out of your Christ movie.
That's right, exactly.
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ. That's it. Yeah. And he enlists his ability as this former military, but TV trope of best fighter in the world.
Yeah.
To go and actually help stop these crimes from happening. And it's a really engaging problem of the week with an overarching story going through it, which I really, really dig. Great guest appearances, great cast. In the first few episodes, you'll see what's like Enrico Colantoni? Not Colantoni. Is it Colantoni? From oh my God, I'm blanking on everything all of a sudden. From Just Shoot Me, but he was also in Galaxy Quest.
Oh, the dad from he's like, we are so happy to have you on our ship today. That guy,
Enrico Colantoni.
I love that guy.
The dad from Veronica Mars. Yes.
Yeah.
You also get Taraji P. Henson as kind of the cop that is aware of this guy's existence, Caviezel's existence, and trying to find him, but always one step behind. Linda Cardellini plays a nurse in like the 4th episode, and she's awesome. I mean, it's such a great. I
didn't know this was a Jonathan Nolan joint who would go on with his wife to make the Westworld series. That's who this is.
Oh, I didn't know that either. That's cool.
Christopher Nolan's brother. Yeah. It's older, right? 2011 to 2016.
2011 to 2016. 5 seasons, about 100 episodes, and really, so far, I am just loving this. I'm about I don't know, more than halfway through the first season, and really, really digging it.
Did it air? Where did it first air? Was this a?
It was CBS, I think.
Okay, so this is like a network show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Jim Caviezel, he's in the news lately because I guess he's kind of a wackadoo these days.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because I kind of like watching him, but I'll see this.
He's very similar. He's like a Christian Bale without the charisma.
Yeah, a little bit. His there's just some news stuff where he's like he's super into the QAnon crap.
Where is this?
This is streaming on HBO Max.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
it's
HBO's
a Warner.
Everything.
Yeah, it's a Warner
It's gonna get my second TV show as well.
All right.
Oh, you better not be mine.
Oh, you never know, Nicole.
Well, you know what mine is because I kind of told you. By the way, Caviezel was originally going to be Scott Summers in the X-Men movies before they got Marsden.
Wow. That would have
And
been weird.
because of Frequency, the movie Frequency, he had to back out of it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, Caviezel.
Did you like Frequency? I liked Frequency.
I did like Frequency. It was a clever premise.
I don't remember Frequency at all.
As the guy talks to his dad over radio, right? Like his dead father.
Quaid.
Randy or Dennis
I was going
Quaid.
to call
Dennis
him
Quaid.
Daniel Quaid. I'm like, who the hell?
Daniel Quaid.
Daniel Quaid.
I couldn't think of his first name.
The Lost Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. Yeah.
Thank
Never
you.
saw Frequency,
There
and
we
then didn't know. I don't even know what that is. If your name was Kenneth, I'd say, "What's the Frequency, Kenneth?" All right, moving on.
All right.
Let's do
My
your second
second
one.
series is also HBO Max, and Nicole knows what this is, and
We talked about it. I was
did.
thinking about it. I had talked about it because I saw the trailer. And I was like, "Ooh, I need to watch this."
well, I'm going to further say that you need to watch this. All right, let's
Ooh,
get
already
into it.
recommending. All right, here we go.
Do you guys remember that girl, Chantal Witherbottom?
No. Who is that?
I do feel like I remember that name.
She was like this girl, you know, we went to college with her. I'm just trying to think of a way you would remember her. Here, look.
The kitchen.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, she sucked.
Why'd she suck?
Because she had nothing to offer. She was always like brushing her hair in public. It's like, brush it at home, please.
Right. She was always just like around.
Well, she's gone missing.
What do you mean gone missing?
She's like a missing person. There's posters of her like all over the city.
Dory, what happened to her?
I mean, she's missing.
Well, where is she?
That's the question.
Why?
Portia, no one at the table knows.
All right. No idea, but it sounds all right. Is it
This
Finding Dory?
is a show called Search Party.
Oh, okay.
And this is HBO Max. I want to say it's a TBS
I think it is TBS.
original series, but then it moved for the second season to
And it's the
No,
girl from Arrested Development.
it is Alia Shawkat or Shawkat.
Oh, the cousin.
Yes, maybe.
Right. Maybe. Yeah. I
Maybe.
like her.
Yeah, she's great, and you kind of recognize a few of the other people in here. Probably most specifically John Reynolds. He was in Stranger Things.
Sorry. You always assume I know actors.
He was in Save Yourselves, which I recommended a while back. The couple that decides to leave their cell phones off and go to the to a cabin, and then that's when Earth gets invaded by aliens.
Oh, I don't remember that. That sounds. I forgot that one somehow. All right.
Yeah. But so it follows these four friends as they go and try and find this Chantal Witherbottom, who has disappeared. Along the way, they run into a dude from Office Space. Hold on, Ron Livingston. Main guy from Office Space, and he was a million little things. And
I was thinking you meant Office, and I was thinking, is Dwight in there?
Rosie Perez you see for a while. Jay Duplass.
Oh, one of the Duplass brothers, one of those guys?
One of the Duplass brothers,
Are they
and
involved
Dowd.
in this? It feels like they're involved in that.
No, but
they're
it
not involved.
feels like they could be, but they're not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
They like weird shit like that.
They do like weird shit like this, but yeah, no, apparently not. But really, really good cast and really good side cast that comes in here. And this is one of these stories that you think is about, or that starts out being about one thing, but then really evolves as the characters start kind of screwing things up and making snap decisions that they then realize are maybe not the right decisions to make.
Right.
It's a very dark comedy, and it also introduced me to the band Purity Ring, which I don't think I'd heard before, and I'm now totally into their music as well because they do
Purity
the
Ring.
theme song.
That's a cool name.
Purity Ring.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
So again, the show is called Search Party. 4 seasons. Each season's about 10 episodes. Each episode about 30 minutes. So 10 30-minute episodes, 4 seasons.
There's 4 now. I thought there was only 3.
There are 4 now. The most recent season was in January. I guess for the 3rd season, it moved to HBO Max.
Gotcha. Must have been a Warner production.
This one, you do a little searching and you find great Rotten Tomatoes ratings. It's frequently called the best streaming series no one's ever heard of, even though it seems to always appear when you're like, we watched it because we were just finally sick of it appearing on our HBO Max main screen when we logged in to watch something else.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen that up there as well. All right, well that seems like a good one
for me.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek was.
It gets dark, but it's comedy dark.
I like comedy dark. I'm down with it.
Susan Sarandon even makes an appearance as a great character.
Oh yeah,
Lila.
She'd come on and go, my ex-husband's weird. She doesn't say that, does she?
She doesn't say that. No.
Okay. Andy Dufresne. All right, here's mine. So 2 documentaries. I'll rip through them because there's no need to dwell on either very long. But I really liked both of them, and I'll start with this one, which is my main recommendation this week. Here you go. Oh, Hulu is where you'll find this. Hulu.
I was sitting towards the back, and there was an older usher there, and it was an African-American guy, and he just started asking me some questions, and he was like, what's the company about? What do you do there? And, I'm answering his questions. We're going on, and he just kind of changed his tone of voice, and he kind of looked down on me a little bit, and he was like, brother, can I ask you a serious question? And I was like, yeah, sure. He asked me the question. He says, is this some kind of cult?
All right. Any guesses?
Oh, this is WeWork.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's called
WeWork. I watched the trailer and I almost hit play. I was like, I'm just not into
it's really good. You should watch it.
Now.
You should watch it. It's very good. It's called WeWork, or the Making and Breaking of a $47 billion Unicorn. That's the full title.
Yeah.
Man. That's nuts. It's a study in how charisma can drive everything. This dude, Adam Newman, who founded the company WeWork with a co-founder, although you never hear about that guy, the co-founder, but him, it's all about kind of him and this company. And WeWork, if you're not familiar with it, was this concept of like, hey, in the sharing economy with, Uber and all the other crap we do, what if we had a thing where people bought office space, but you all would get a piece of that space from us, meaning WeWork would own a building downtown somewhere, and then you would go to WeWork and say, yeah, I need just a small office in that space, and then you would go work in there. So it was like co-oping sort of, and that's how you'd spread rent around and that sort of thing. And it's really just a real estate idea. Like at the basic level of it, it's real estate, and it's letting out rooms. It's not anything groundbreaking in terms of, anything other than that. But this dude, this Adam Newman, who I don't know how to describe him. He's like, take Elon Musk, take a little Steve Jobs, take a little of every charismatic business leader you've ever known and mush them all in to this guy. And that's who this guy is. And he's also happens to be young and very good looking. His sister's a supermodel. He's a good-looking dude, long, flowing black hair. He's from Israel, so he's got this crazy accent that's just, cool and exotic sounding to people. And anyway, he riles people up in such a way that they think that they are changing the world. That WeWork is just
through office space.
It's amazing. Like everything's about changing hearts and minds and this and that. And it's just like this really intense, culty kind of vibe to it. And the documentary plays it pretty straight. They're just sort of like, well, here's what happened, when it happened, and all this sort of stuff. And it's not a big, this isn't like the QAnon documentary or something where there's really dirty shit going on. It's mostly just people really people are suckers for charismatic leaders. Like
people want to be a part of something.
Yeah, they want to believe. They want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, right? Like,
yeah, they really do.
Yeah, I think that's just a basic human need.
It's a good place that gets taken advantage of.
Absolutely. And there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, at the end of all of this, basically, the company gets valued at $47 billion out of nowhere.
Ducky.
And then loses value very quickly when people start to realize that they're just burning cash and it isn't what everyone thinks it is. And so eventually they force Adam Newman out as CEO. And to do that, they had to pay $1.5 billion to him to get out of there. And everything he did to get out of there was counter to all the stuff he would tell the employees all the time. Like, it was just like, it's all about we. But in the end, it was about him. Anyway, WeWork still exists. They still do their thing.
They do.
Yeah. It's pretty weird during COVID because, people don't go to offices as much, but maybe that's changing now. But they still exist. They're valued way less than they used to be. They still claim they're going to be profitable by 2022, but totally different leadership, totally different company now. It is a fascinating look at what the kinds of stuff we fall for as human beings when it comes to charismatic people. So I think there's
that pill woman who learned to
same deal.
Voice,
yeah.
Like what was that?
Same kind of thing. I don't remember the name of that one, but there's a whole documentary about her. And it's just, we get so suckered in wanting to believe whatever it is we want to believe that this documentary, I think, is good for anyone who wants to just, it's not just about this business or that company or how that works. It's like, it's almost like the Fire Festival mess. It's like a lot of that sort of stuff. Everybody believes so hardcore in this one person. And it's just a good reminder to look for the right warning signs to know if you're involved in some bullshit or not. It's really good. I liked it a lot.
There needs to be a TikTok video that explains to you how to tell if you're in a cult.
Yeah. Right. Like you pin it to the market that needs it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And by the way, TikTok is a cult.
Yeah, and also TikTok is a cult.
We joined the cult of TikTok. Mark has finally figured out what his place in TikTok is.
That's good. He's perfect for it. I follow all sorts of accounts like his. Like
how does he stand wood while doing crazy dance moves?
So I have found extreme couponing on TikTok.
Extreme couponing? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I kind of want to know what that is.
I love it so much. Oh, it's such a time sink.
I'll bet it is. Yeah. But TikTok's it's way more than people think. There's a lot of stuff, and like woodworking is huge on there.
Yeah. Mark did a video.
Makers do great on there.
Yeah. That's real good.
He did a little 1-minute video on how to make a veneer because the cost of wood right now is really high. Yeah. So you can use veneer to kind of make your own, but still, I was like, whoa. I think you figured out what you need to do on here.
Why is wood so expensive? Are cryptocurrency people using it for something?
No. There's a whole bunch of reasons. If on the surface level, if you talk to some people, they'll blame Trump, they'll blame Biden. There's a whole bunch of like tariffs, and it's all complicated. Like that's the reason why housing market right now is crazy. The house across the street sold within a day from us.
Oh, it's whack.
But they're building, which is like stupid to build right now because the materials cost is like 2 to 3 times more than what it normally is.
Yeah.
Like I manage 2 woodworking groups, and I have to constantly squash the memes that come through about wood being too expensive.
Yeah.
Because it always devolves into a political debate.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. If anything's too expensive, you will end at politics. It always does.
Yeah.
No way to get around it. All right. So that's my first one. Here's my second one. This is a very short recommendation, but I liked it. And speaking of politics, it sort of fits in there. Here you go.
Well, when most people hear my accent, they assume I'm from the South. Appalachia is a region with a history and culture that is complicated and all its own. The term hillbilly was born here.
All right. So partly I watched this.
I started to watch this. I didn't get a chance to finish it.
I'm curious what you'll think about it. It's called Hillbilly. It's on Hulu also. And my first thought was, Brian would hate that title because he doesn't like.
We do need to watch Hillbilly Elegy for the Oscars, but yeah, that's not a documentary. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah, different thing. But it's a thing about this girl who grew up in Appalachia, that area, West Virginia. She moved out and started studying film and doing other stuff, and then came back later. And she was in this documentary. She's an admitted like major lefty progressive, super into left causes and that sort of stuff. And her family down there, the opposite. They're super right wing and Trump supporters and all that stuff. And so, although it's interesting, her family had voted Democrat their entire life until Trump. And so there's all these complicated ideas and thoughts that even people hearing me say that right now are having. No matter their position, they're hearing it and they're going. They've kind of got a narrative in their head about what all this is. What I liked about this documentary is it boils things back down to people and stops generalizing. So her point in going back was to try to understand not only her differences with her own family, but try to understand why in 2016 the election went the way it did, and in the areas specific to where she grew up. And most of it was because, and this is absolutely true. In Hillary Clinton's case, she absolutely blew it with Southern rural voters. 100% blew it. She basically said, we're going to end all coal jobs. We're going to end all, she was just kind of a dick about it. And it backfired on her.
And then she called them, as they took it, deplorables.
Well, they took it as everybody. She's saying everyone is a deplorable, and really all she said was 50% of Trump supporters are deplorables. So it doesn't matter. Not what they heard. It doesn't matter. That's what they heard, and it's what they felt. And you know what? It's a dick move. She owns that. That was a mistake. And there's a lot of other complicated stuff around that, but the main point of this documentary was it boils stuff back down to who are people, where do they live, how do they come up, what's the history of the way people in Appalachia were portrayed for their entire history. Why were they always held up as like, here is the white poor, oh, let's look at the dirty dogs and the weird people on porches and the black and white dirty kids out in the streets and stuff, and oh, woe is us, and it didn't tell the real story, the full story. What
was the movie Squeal Like a Pig?
And they talk
Deliverance.
About it.
Deliverance.
Yeah, they have a whole thing with Deliverance, and the kid on the banjo, the Deliverance kid.
Yeah,
they talk to that guy.
Oh, really? Wow.
He puts carts away at Walmart in this place, and the whole point was, we have this stereotype of this kid from this movie. It's super memorable. Everybody assumes, oh, he probably went on to keep working in Hollywood, whatever. No, they just dumped him down there. They gave him the equivalent of like lunch for pay. He got nothing. And he just is this dude living there. And he always, oh, well, I wish I could have made it out to Hollywood and this and that. And it just got me. It was a really good thing for me to just be reminded, oh, yeah, it's easy to generalize. It's easy to lump everybody into categories. It's easy to say stuff. But at the end of the day, everybody's got a different life, a different story to tell, a different thing. And it was really good at doing that and doing it really honestly. And I really liked it. So it's short, it's quick, and it's something you can grab real easy.
I'll dig back into that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was very good.
And it's just hillbilly comedy. I don't like, Scott. No.
Yeah, this. By the way, I don't want to make. I want to make this clear. I don't want to, because actually, what you're saying is in line with this movie. You don't like the comedy because it feels caricaturistic and over the top and dumb.
You don't like hee-haw?
I don't like
They
hee-haw,
talk
no.
about hee-haw on the show. You know what? Everything Nicole's brought up, they bring up in this documentary.
What can I say? I'm a hillbilly, I guess.
You're an unabashed hee-haw fan. That's what you are.
I grew up watching him hee-haw with my dad.
Yeah. It's a real eye-opener for me, and it's made me less inclined to. I do this a lot. I stereotype the South all the time. Our wife's from there. If I'm talking something, if something dumb happens, I usually get into that accent and start being kind of a weenie about it.
That's all. Anyone from Britain, they can only do a Southern accent.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
That's all they can do is the Southern accent.
But this, I don't know, this had a way of humanizing it in a way that made me kind of double think some of that. So anyway, it's worth checking out. Cool. It's called Hillbilly. It's on Hulu, and you can go check it out. All right, Nicole, what'd you bring today?
Righty. Do you like it when I play the clip, or do you want me to just give it to you?
I don't care. Either way.
Okay. Well, it's the first part, like 20 minutes of the clip is nothing. So I'm just going to send it to you.
20 minutes of it?
20 seconds, sorry.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa, that's a new one. 20 minutes.
20 seconds. But in podcast land, 20 seconds is like, okay, when are we going to get to it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So have him start the clip at 20 seconds?
Yeah, it'll show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do that. All right. I got to pull it out here, though, because sometimes Discord does funny things with volume. All right, here we go. So let's play. Oh, it didn't work. Why? Okay, now it will. Here we go. Oh, we're 20 seconds in already. You did it for me.
Goggletech's newest endeavor is a chip implanted into couples' brains to merge their thoughts.
Hazel and I are users one. Our minds will be one.
Technology has improved the way we live. Why not improve the way we love?
Together, we will become a singular living God.
I want it out, and I want a divorce. What happened in there? It's a lot to explain.
How do I know her?
Planes, shotguns, acting like you're running for your life.
Hazel! No idea. What is this?
So that was Ray Romano you heard there. Hey guys. All right, so this is a Max original on HBO Max. I don't like that they say it's a Max original because I always think Cinemax.
Cinemax, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's on HBO Max. It's a show called Made for Love.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
I finally got a chance to watch it. It has, I'm going to butcher all these names. I am an equal opportunist.
Awesome. I'm not going to help you correct any of them.
Oh, it's the Fargo wife. Season 2 wife that had cancer who was so good.
It's the How I Met Your Mother.
Kristen Milotti.
Let Nicole pronounce the name.
However you do it.
Anyway, she is the girl from Palm Springs. And I
Yes.
recommended that a long time ago. And
so
seriously,
good.
if you haven't watched Palm Springs, great.
Yeah,
Like
really
time
funny.
loop, Groundhog Day movie. So she plays Hazel Green. She is the wife of Brian Gogol. I think there's nothing lost on the last name there. He runs this huge tech company called Gogol.
Really?
And
Gogol?
he is
Okay.
obsessed with learning, like the whole program, as you heard in the clip. It's a chip that you put into your brain and your significant other's brain, and eventually you merge your brains and you can know everything that the other person is feeling and thinking, and comedy ensues.
So you'd call it a comedy? The trailer makes it seem...
It is definitely a comedy.
Okay, all right.
He does that to her without her knowing.
Okay.
And she figures it out, I guess. Well, eventually, but she doesn't figure it out until she leaves.
So he does that on purpose. Like she didn't agree to this.
No.
Okay.
And so he has more money than anything. And there's like this whole, they live in this thing called the hub.
Yeah.
And it can be anything you want it to be. You could go anywhere you want to go, but it's in the middle of the desert, and there's like all this secrecy around it, and he's kind of a recluse. Ray Romano is her father, who lives in, she grew up in poverty. So this show kind of takes you into present day, and then it rewinds a little bit to kind of show you her background and her relationships, and that's what it really boils down to. It's relationships and how we as humans communicate and what we want, what we don't want. Sometimes we don't know what we want. So I just really enjoyed the show. It has one of my favorite actors who was in what was the Pieces? It had Tom Hanks in it.
Oh, Life in Pieces.
Life in Pieces.
Colin Hanks, not Tom.
Colin Hanks is not in it. Dan
Hedaya.
Bacalada. I don't know how to
Bacalada.
Bacalada.
I bet that's not it.
Which one was he in?
He's the bald guy. He's the
okay,
funny guy.
Yes,
the dentist. Oh my!
He's in Veep, and that guy's gotten, man. Whoever his agent is killing it right now, because that guy gets put in.
Oh
everything.
yeah, I love that dude. He's great. Bacalada. You're probably close on the name, actually. It's not bad.
Was the last part of it.
Baklava, sure.
Baklava.
Balaclava.
Balaclava. Vala. Yeah.
So it's just a fun. I mean, it's a little dark because of what you're dealing with, invading somebody's brain.
Yeah.
But there's comedy to it, and I would recommend it.
All right.
It was good. I
Nice.
liked it.
Lots of HBO today. Both of you are
Yeah,
all
right?
HBO.
Yeah.
Mine's all.
They
I gotta
sponsored this episode of Recommenders.
Got to stick a little
I
Hulu
wish,
in there to
right?
even things out. All right. Well, here's the best part. Nicole puts all this up in an easy to read tweet after the
I
show.
do.
Yes.
So follow her at Nicole Spag, and then we'll spread that far and wide as well. Nicole, thanks for hanging out with us today. It was great. And don't what I was going to say.
Oh, hey, I do have something to promote.
Oh, well, promote. Go ahead.
Promote away. Plug away.
Yeah, plug.
So, you know, you might have heard that my husband does woodworking.
Yeah.
I've seen him on TikTok.
Yeah. I follow him on there.
I did a woodworking project.
Oh, what?
Cool.
What'd you make?
15 years, I finally joined him in the shop, and I built a blanket ladder for my quilts. And I built it all.
Nice. How much
What's
did
a blanket ladder?
Was it was your wood expensive?
No.
Okay, wasn't so bad. So wait, this is for like your quilting and stuff you do, right?
Yeah. It's a blanket ladder, quilt ladder, whatever. You just lean it against the wall and put some blankets on it.
I was supposed to tell you that one you made for Kim, she's in it every day.
Aww.
Every day.
That's cool.
She's watching Gilmore Girls again, and she's just in that thing. And she always says to me, "You need to tell Nicole how much I freaking love this blanket." And I'm like, "I will. I just keep forgetting."
That's called. I use luxury fleece.
Ooh,
on that.
luxury fleece.
Yes.
I played bass for them for a bit, but we only had 2 albums. Well, anyway, that's fantastic, Nicole. Go check it out. Is this all on video? Did you film this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and we have outtakes too.
Oh, those are always good.
Oh my God, so many outtakes.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're really good. Nicole Spag, everybody. Take it easy.
Bye.
We'll see you soon.
So cool. See ya.
Okay.
That's great.
Here's the deal, Brian. We're going to end today
What
kind of a deal? Yeah, you would probably ask that. Here's the deal. I'm going to tell you about a thing that we got from a listener. This is an email came in from, where is it? Frank Whirl, or he says not unpronounceable, just think whirly bird. So
yeah,
Whirl. Or Whirly. Maybe it's Whirly because of the E. Anyway.
Maybe. Think whirly bird. Whirly. You know what? All right.
I think that might be it. Anyway, Frank wrote in, says, Grape Nuts, or on the subject of Grape Nuts, dear Scott and Brian, I have enjoyed this continuing discourse as much as, are on a much beloved / derided breakfast cereal, of course known as Grape Nuts, and submit the attached ad for further fodder. I must admit, if anything, it's really turning me off this cereal. So he sent me an old Grape Nuts ad from who knows how old this is. My gosh, probably a million years.
God, I know. It is... It does look like 1920s, 30s, something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up for the chat, and it's not moving out of out of our thing. Crap. Well, I'll show it this way. But anyway, so this thing is... Sorry, I'm covering up Brian's thing. There we go.
Cover up my thing. Well, thank you. Actually, I appreciate you covering up my thing.
Covering up your thing. Shrink that
Coverville.
Down. Okay, so it says... This is so weird. That Grape Nuts, and there's a box of Grape Nuts with 2 naked legs and some like gladiator feet, holding this guy in a suit, and it says, "The Grape Nut steadies a man."
Steadies a man. Yep. Steady, my boy.
Yep. All of the man's real power comes from the steady nerves and keen, clear brain. And then it says, "Grape Nuts contains just the food elements of nature, has stored up in its wheat and barley." Introducing the phosphate and potash, which combines in the potash. Is that what it is? Ugh. Yeah. Combines in the bowl with albumin to repair the build up of cells, or repair and build up cells, up the cells.
Isn't albumin the white stuff in eggs that takes a little bit longer to fully cook?
I think that's it. It's the weird boogery part of an egg.
Yeah.
It says it's concentrated, partially pre-digested food, and it is a wonderful sustainer of the active, progressive, successful man. It's food, not medicine. 10 days experience will prove there's a reason for Grape Nuts, it says.
Yeah.
So
if a food product has to convince you that it's food and not medicine.
Yeah.
Or uses the word pre-digested.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
I tend to agree. Anyway, thanks for that, Frank. You've added flame to the fire. That is it. I'll bet Grape Nuts burns pretty good. Probably stinks, but it probably burns. Right?
You think?
If you had to make a little fire, you were stuck with no kindling, I could use Grape Nuts.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be all right. All right, thank you for that. If you want to send your own emails in, be like Frank and send them to themorningstream@gmail.com. We're at patreon.com/TMS, and you can find everything else at frogpants.com/TMS. Thanks for all your support as we head down toward the later part of this month. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I guess that's it. We should do a song, though. Do you have one of them?
I have a song. I have a song for you. Okay. Actually, it's a song for Daryl in Ohio. It says, "Greetings, Scout and Bane. After a crazy year of pandemics, career changes, and issues with anxiety, I'm happily looking forward to my 43rd birthday and actually being able to responsibly spend it with my family this year. To celebrate, could you please play No Use for a Name's cover of Sinead O'Connor's This Is a Rebel Song? If not, at least you gave it your best effort."
That's from Cooking Mama.
Cooking Mama.
And, let's see. Best effort would be the title, right? Oh,
yep.
Man. Hold on. Cooking. I can't find it.
Oh, no.
Oh,
really?
I can't find it. All right, so I'll play this instead.
You cut this baby in half, you bake it so the stuff inside gets nice and soft.
Okay. I don't even know what that was for.
I don't either.
They haven't even started cooking yet.
All right, that's the closest I got. I don't know where it went.
There you go.
I gotta find it.
Is this things? It's not under effort.
No, I don't know what I did. I mean, this is an old file. It's very possible this got lost.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Anyway.
All right. Thanks for everything you guys do and for being a bright spot for everyone this past year. Signed, Daryl in Ohio. No chat room alias because work means I can never listen live. Boo.
Boo.
He says, P.S. Pop quiz, Brian. I've heard you mention other Northeast Ohio newspapers before, but do you know the name of Akron's newspaper? And I certainly do. It's the ABJ. It's the Akron Beacon Journal.
Journal. Got it.
Akron Beacon Journal.
Yeah. No, don't ask for ABJ. Don't ask for that.
Right. Well, you can say, can I get Sunday's BJ, please? All right. From their album, Hard Rock Bottom, here is No Use for a Name and their cover of Sinead O'Connor's This Is a Rebel Song.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Office safety isn't really a joke.
I agree. Take office safety seriously.